Adam and Eve, Genesis 2. 4, 3, 2, 4. When God first made the earth, nothing grew there. Seeds did not sprout because there was no one to cultivate them. But the land and God made man from a handful of dust, breathing the breath of life into his nostrils until he became a living soul. In the East Eden, God planted a garden watered by a cool river. God made trees and beautiful things to grow in the garden, flowers that were pretty to look at, and fruit that was good to eat. In the middle of the garden stood the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. God took the man, Adam was his name, and placed him in the Garden of Eden with instructions to eat whenever he wished, as long as he did not eat from the tree of knowledge. If you eat from that tree, said God, you will die. Adam looked after the garden as he had been told. After a while, he became very lonely. It's not good for a man to be alone, said God, who had made many animals and birds to keep Adam company. Adam gave each one of them a name, but he still felt alone. He needed a true companion. So God sent Adam to a deep sleep, and as he slept, he removed one of his ribs, closed up the wound in his side, and made the rib into a woman. Her name was Eve. When Adam awoke and saw her, he said, here is a creature of my own kind, a woman who is made of flesh and blood and bone, like me. Together we will become one. Adam and Eve walked in the garden together. Although both of them were naked, neither of them felt any shame or embarrassment. Now all the animals that God had made, the snake was the slyest. It slid up to Eve and asked, did God really tell you not to eat from certain trees? We can eat from all of them, except from the tree in the middle of the garden. Eve replied, God has said if we do, that we will certainly die. No, no, you will not die, said the snake, because God knows that as soon as you eat from it, you'll be given tremendous power. You will understand good and evil and be like God. The woman said, how beautiful the tree was and how tasty the fruit looked. And she thought to herself how marvelous it would be to be like God and know everything. So she reached for the fruit and ate it. Then she offered it to her husband, who ate it too. No sooner had they eaten that, something changed. For the first time they saw, to their shame and embarrassment, that they were naked, and they quickly sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. At that moment they heard the sound of God walking in the garden. Adam and Eve hid amongst the trees, but God called out to Adam and asked, where are you? I am here, Adam replied. I heard your voice, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid. And God said, who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I told you not to touch? Adam replied, the woman you put here with me offered some of its fruit, and I ate it. God turned to Eve and asked, why did you do such a thing? The snake tricked me into it, she replied. Then God turned to the snake and said, you will be punished for this. You will crawl on your belly forevermore and eat dust as long as you live. To Adam and his wife, Eve, God said, because you ate the forbidden fruit, the ground beneath your feet will be cursed. It will produce thorns and thistles that will now that so that will so that from now on working the land will be hard, back-breaking toil. And this work will not be over until you die and return to the earth which you came for. For you are the dust, and to the dust that you will return. Then God said, "Now that you have the knowledge of good and evil, you cannot remain in Eden in case you eat from the tree of life and live forever." So God made the coats of the animal skin and clothed them both before sending them out of the beautiful garden of Eden into the world beyond.